At the Hansa House for a little of the sweet science. Boxing. Boxing. Wonderful sport. You know I love to rumble, young man, rumble. Today we're supporting the Ontario Boxing Hall of Fame Trade and Consumer Show. Let's get out of the rain, shall we?
Well, today we're trying to raise funds for the Ontario Boxing Hall of Fame.
Good for you.
And we are looking forward to more events. This one, we've got some championship fighters out. We've got some great performers that are here.
What a wonderful day for boxing.
It's a perfect day, and we need everyone to get in and to support our Ontario boxers.
Don King, what's it like fighting under him?
It's great. He's got all the history of promoting all the greatest fighters, and it's only right that I be there, fighting under Don King.
What's with the hair? Not yours, his. Look at this, world champion. Let me put this thing on you. Flex for me, sister.
Boxing is definitely my sport at heart because I went to Olympics twice for it. I went 96 and 2000. And right now I just recently turned pro, 8-0. It's going well.
Perfect. And you got your own clothing line. Look at this stuff. I'm walking away with a lot of this stuff, all right? Just kind of. Now this Morella, is where you asked me about my boxing career.
John Gallagher,
yes.
Did you once win a title back in the day?
Uh-huh. What was it, Morella, as she ad-libs back to me?
I believe it was the Golden Glove boxing title in Quebec.
That's right.
When you were how old?
I was undefeated. I like my nose the way it was.
Undefeated and how old?
I was in my mid-teens, 122 pounds.
It was a while ago, but he still got the moves.
Back in my fight
so
weight.
he tells me.
Let's
send it back
for
over
that.
to Francis.
You're good.
Welcome to the DO Boxing Show. I'm your host, Dameon Okposio, and this is episode 197. And we're going to get a little bit nostalgic today. We're going to be looking back at the first boxing trade show, which happened in 2003. And we did it under the Ontario Boxing Hall of Fame. And then we continued doing the trade show after a short hiatus. Our first year, we did it at the Hansa House, which was in 2003. Then the next year, we went to Century Gardens. I had a small break after 2004, and then we revived it. And coming up in 2017 is going to be our 7th boxing trade show, which we're encompassing in the boxing expo that we have planned for 2017, the spring. So we're still going to be in the process of selecting a place, but even when we started the boxing trade show a number of years ago, people were wondering, what is a boxing trade show? What's there? What's the purpose of it? And the main purpose of the boxing trade show was to bring people in the fight game and the fans together in an environment where people can just talk to each other. There isn't the stress of the fights for the fighters, and people can talk to the people that are in the business of boxing. People can get anything associated to the sport, which you might not find at the average store. And there isn't a lot of retail stores pertaining to boxing, especially in the Ontario area. So it's just kind of one place where people that have businesses in the sport of boxing can come together and deal directly with the fans. And potentially maybe pick up some sponsorship if they're athletes that are up and coming or looking for that. So it's just kind of bringing all of the elements, all of those elements together, and we're still on that same kind of purpose-driven mission to try and bring people in boxing together, and we feel that that's the best way that the sport is going to grow. So 2017, we've got the Boxing Expo that's going to be happening in May of 2017, a venue yet to be announced. The Ontario Boxing Hall of Fame inductions are going to be part of that. We're going to make announcements of the inductees in September 2016. We're going to be including the DO Scholarship on that evening, as well as we're going to try and incorporate some seminars and something new that we're bringing to the table, which is a boxing combine where fighters can compete against each other in small groups and in different tests of agility and strength. And they can do that in front of a number of managers and promoters with the expectation of possibly getting signed to some sponsorship or a promotional deal. So I've talked to a couple of promoters and managers, and they were very interested in the idea. So we're going to try and make that happen, as well as helping people create portfolios for themselves. So they've got an opportunity to utilize a lot of the resources that I have in order to do that if they wish to. But first, what we're going to do is in a small while, we're going to be showing you basically the behind the scenes of the 2003 Boxing Trade Show, some of the vendors that were there. We're going to take you through a walkthrough of the Hansa Haus and show you how different people set up. And you'll get to see, like, there was a number of different types of vendors. There was Showdown Sports, and which was a boxing and MMA company. There was, of course, the Ontario Boxing Hall of Fame, Below the Belt Boxing Magazine, which is my magazine. There was the Canadian boxing scene. They came out, I believe it was from, they may have come out from Edmonton or Winnipeg. I'm not sure exactly where they were based out of. And Champion Boxing Gym had Rico Tan at the time there. There was a lot of exceptional fighters that came down. Arthur Binkowski, Troy Ross. There was Sid the Jewel Vanderpool. There was Lisa Brown, a number of fighters that came out and were able to interact with fans and take photos, and people were able to ask them questions, and then we had some live entertainment as well. So that's kind of the spirit of what we want to continue to do. For those of you that haven't had an opportunity to come out to any of the trade shows, you're going to be able to see in a short while with this little clip of our 2003 show what it is basically that we were trying to accomplish. And we've gotten larger as we've gone along through the years, but this is the very, very first one, and want to give people a little view of that, and want to thank you again for tuning into the show. So remember, you can always ask us any questions related to boxing by sending us a message through Twitter at DOKPOSIO or through email at okposio@hotmail.com. Thanks for tuning into this episode, and stay tuned for the 2003 clip.